Greetings and welcome to the Bowling Green First United Methodist Church. We hope that you enjoy what you're about to see, and you can find us on the corner of Broadway and Church Streets at 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings. Or you can find us at bgmethodist.org and on Facebook at Bowling Green First United Methodist Church. So we're kind of continuing on this series that we've been in for the last couple of weeks, talking about what is our job as a part of the church, and not just a part of the church, but even in our Christian walk that we have. And our job we've described, and we've taken our membership vows, and then we kind of reiterate as we go throughout the year, is to uphold the church through our prayers, our presence, our gifts, our service, and our witness. And so we're taking kind of the next step in this morning. We're looking at our gifts. Now, in your bulletins, Pam didn't know this because I put them in after that, there is an insert in there, and she'll probably get me to that later, but there is an insert in there that has kind of a little questionnaire about your gifts. Now, I don't want you to do anything with those yet, but just know that that's there, and that there's some questions that I want you to reflect on when we get later into the service. And so we remember kind of first where it is that we've been. We started off by talking about prayer, and we talked about how in our prayers, the most important thing for us to do is first to ask this question: are we experiencing God? Because our job in prayer is not to remind God of all the things He hasn't done yet, or tell God how to do His job. That's not our role in that. Our role is to experience God. And we talked about kind of how this happens through kind of this process of first praying, whether it's a formal prayer or an informal prayer, whether it's something we're reading or whether it's just something that we're having a conversation with God. First is to pray. Then is to listen to see what God says in response to that prayer. And then probably the most important part of this whole thing is our response, is that we respond, but we respond to clarify and to understand what God was saying. We don't respond by doing something yet. We first respond by engaging God in conversation and saying, am I hearing you right? Is this what you want me to do? Or is this what I need to hear from you? Or maybe sometimes our response is just, thank you, Lord, for what you have said to me, because it was that what we needed in that moment for comfort or for strength or whatever it was. We respond, then we do. We kind of go through that first part, and then we do so we know just what it is that God has called out to us to do or to handle or to be a part of, or just for us to hear what it is that He has said. And then we talked about last week, we talked about our presence and how it is that God is always present with us. But then how do we be present with God in return? And we said, God expects 100% from us. And the key to that is the from us part of that, not from what other people expect out of you, but 100% from who we are and what we can be. My dad tells this story when he was a kid, when he was in high school. He had an older brother who went on to Rolla to get a degree in petroleum engineering. And if y'all have ever met my dad, you know that math is not necessarily his strong suit. He can do it, he kind of enjoyed it, but he would not go to school for something like that. And he tells the story of sitting in an algebra class in high school, and he was struggling with what it is what the teacher was saying, and the teacher said to him, well, why can't you just know this like your brother does? Y'all ever had that experience? I felt sorry for my little brother because he had to follow me. That was except for the one time I walked into a class, and it was my senior year, my little brother's freshman year. We had a new science teacher. I was getting ready to take advanced chemistry from him, but he'd already had my little brother for freshman science. And so I walked in, and he goes, "Oh, are you Jason's brother?" I went, "Wait, no, that's not how this works. I'm the older one. You're supposed to say me first, not him." Sometimes it happens. But from us, that's the key. Not from what other people expect or think we should do, but it is from us. That is what God expects. And that presence, when we do that, when we are present with God in that way, our lives actually get easier because we get to be us. We don't have to be anyone else or anything else. We get to be us. And we were driving down to St. Louis yesterday, and we were having a conversation, as everyone does in the car when they're driving down to go shopping in Chesterfield. We were, of course, talking about John Wesley. Doesn't everybody have conversations about John Wesley when they're driving in the car? I mean, that's just, we've been around the church way too long. But we were talking, and she was saying, it's amazing because Wesley was, if there was ever someone who was just present all the time, it was Wesley. I mean, that's just what he did. He was present in ministry and teaching and reaching and doing all the things that he was doing. He was definitely very present in that. Now, he wasn't always there, though. This is the hard part about being present, is that we don't always get there. It takes us some time, because Wesley didn't really get there until after he'd already failed as a missionary, until after he'd already made a disastrous trip into Georgia and then come back and didn't know what he was supposed to do, and he was trying to live up to the expectations of his father, of his family, of what he thought he was supposed to do, of what everyone else was saying that priests were supposed to do at that time. He was so busy trying to live up to that, he couldn't be himself. But after Aldersgate, and it took him a little while to really kind of settle down into that, but he figured out how to be him. And when he did that, he had many decades of ministry after that, because he was finally comfortable with himself, and he knew what 100% looked like for him to be present in that moment, and that was something that he could do. He could do that. He could be himself. And that's what God is calling us to do. And God gives us the ability to do this. He doesn't expect us to do this on our own, but he gives us the gifts to do this with. We all have different gifts that we can use in order to be present, in order to do that, in order to be 100% of who we are. We have been given those gifts. Now, this is the point, though, where sometimes in the church we do a lot to kind of hamstring ourselves in the process of this. Because anytime you begin to talk about gifts, you're going to hear someone say, well, we're talking about the fruits of the Spirit. It's around in, Paul writes about the fruits of the Spirit around Galatians 2, somewhere around there. And in that passage, there are 9 fruits of the Spirit that Paul says. In the Catholic tradition, there are 12 fruits of the Spirit. But then they also talk about, from Isaiah, 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit. If you look at other places throughout the New Testament, there are other lists of gifts that we have. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves getting caught up in the lists. The list of here is what people are supposed to be. Maybe they're broad categories, but we're trying to shoehorn ourselves into a list somewhere. Now, we love our lists. It didn't take much time spending any amount of time on Facebook to know that we love our lists. There are 10 reasons for this, 20 reasons for that, 12 uses for a rutabaga that you never thought of before. I haven't actually found that list yet. I made it up, but I'm assuming it's out there somewhere. It'll probably take me 30 seconds to find it on Google later. We love our lists. But the thing we have to remember is Jesus didn't call us to be part of a list. Jesus called us to be something more than that. And so he has given us gifts of a wide variety of wide measures that help us to be who we are, to use those gifts through the course of our lives so that we can live out our lives, but also to use those gifts as we go forward to serve others, to serve his church, to serve God's people. Take a look back at our reading this morning. We've got kind of 2 parts to that. The first is Jesus calling his disciples. Jesus was calling Andrew and Peter. He called James and John, the sons of Zebedee, or sometimes you'll hear them called the sons of thunder. I think that would be a cool name, to be a son of thunder, unless you were the father and you were just thunder. That's looking at the sons of thunder. I need to put an image with that. And I looked around and I kept finding stuff like this. There were all sorts of images for Christian biker gangs called the Sons of Thunder. That's kind of a fun name to have. I mean, if you want to talk about being powerful, call yourself a son of thunder. That's a great name to have. But these guys were fishermen. Jesus called them out. He calls Andrew and Peter, and he says, "Come follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." And they set down their nets, and they went and they followed him. Jesus called out to James and John, and they did the exact same thing. And a lot of times we say, well, they were just fishermen. Fishermen, they had dirty, smelly, grimy jobs. Oftentimes they were getting ready to go to work about the time everyone else was going to bed. They'd shove their boats off into the middle of the Sea of Galilee to fish all night long. Where we expect to find these guys is on the next episode of Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowell. That's where we expect to find the fishermen. But there's something really important about the work these guys were doing. There's something really important about some of the folks that Mike Rowell talks to. Is because we have certain built-in assumptions of that. We think, well, Jesus was calling a bunch of fishermen. He had to make them into disciples. Jesus didn't have to make them into anything because they already had skills and talents and abilities that Jesus was using. He said, I'm going to make you fishers of men. Jesus wasn't changing who they were. He was just repurposing the gifts that they had and said, I'm going to point you over in this direction instead. Saying, I know what you can do. You are entirely capable of the work I'm going to put you to. You just need to transfer your gifts over this way. And it wasn't even that they were just fishermen, because these were also brilliant, intelligent men. Peter was thought of as being a businessman, and not just a businessman, but a successful one. It's thought that he probably had not just one, but several boats that were being used to fish in, and that meant that he had to be pretty good at that. And not that he had to be pretty good at managing his boats and managing his other fishermen and managing what he was doing, but he had to be able to conduct his business in the Roman Empire, which meant that he probably spoke Aramaic, probably did his business in Greek, which meant he had to have some knowledge of math and writing and things that were unusual for his time that he would do in Greek, and probably even do a few words of Latin. So that he could get by and he could be as successful as he was. He had great gifts to be used. Jesus wasn't changing who they were to make them into disciples. He was taking the people that they already were and shifting their focus into a new direction and helping them develop the skills to be fishers of people instead. And so we see the last part of that section, we hear about Jesus going out and teaching and preaching and healing and performing miracles. And it wasn't just that Jesus was doing those things, but he was also helping these guys to refocus their attention, saying, here now are the nets you're going to use to catch people with your preaching, your teaching, your healings, your miracles, the things that you are going to do. He's shifting their focus and helping them to understand the new way that they were going to go about being fishermen. Using the gifts they already had, but being sent off in a new direction. These were what they were called to do. And Jesus wasn't expecting them to be something they weren't. But he was expecting that they would take that step out into faith like Moses did when he went up to the burning bush and he took that step in and said, okay, maybe I can do this. God knows what we are capable of, even if we aren't sure of it sometimes. And he is the one that calls us maybe to take a step out in faith, but to trust that he knows us, and that if he wants us to do something, we're going to be capable of doing it. Go back to that insert you've got in your bulletin. And it basically, those questions on there, ask this question, what can I give? And there's a couple different ways that we give inside of the church. There are things that we do, and there are things that we give. And sometimes we kind of smash those things together, and we do things so that we can give things, or we give things so that we do things. Sometimes how we pull those things together, but there's those different pieces in there. And again, we have to be careful of getting caught up in lists. I already talked about the fruits of the Spirit and how they are meant to be limiting to us, but they're just kind of to give us focus and direction and help us maybe reflect on the gifts that God has given us. The same thing is true if we're giving financial gifts. We say, the number we always say is 10%. Well, 10% is not an exact number. If you ever want to hear a great argument sometime, ask a bunch of preachers and theologians and get together and just ask them, what does 10% really mean? You will be surprised at the depth and the detail of the conversation that will then take place after that. Because do you include, is that pre-tax or post-tax? Do you include all of your benefits? It begins to get pretty expensive really quick on there. What does that mean? Again, the point is not to give us a number that we're supposed to hit, but to give us focus and direction for reflecting and figuring out what we do, because our gifts, what we do, how we give, the ways we give, are between us and God. So what I want you to do is take a couple of minutes. I've got some music that'll play in the background. It's about 2 minutes long. And take those 2 minutes and reflect on the questions that are there on that insert that you have. in your bulletin. So this is the question that we have. Now, I'm not going to ask you to turn those things in or turn in your reflections or do that. I want you to hold on to those instead. And you'll notice down there it says, and we'll check back in 3 months. So I set a reminder on my calendar for May 12th so that I remember to ask you all, how are you doing on that? Because part of what we are is we understand and we know and we reflect on the gifts that we have been given and the ways that we use them and the ways that we are active. We'll talk more next week about how we serve. We'll be talking about service. But this is kind of understanding what are our gifts? What gifts do we have in any sorts of different ways that can be used to serve God, serve our church, and serve our community? And so we'll check back in a few months. But as we go forward from here, remember this, that we go forward with God. That He doesn't ask us to do anything that we aren't already capable of doing. We may need some help in getting there, but He knows that we are capable. And that we have the gifts to do the task at hand. So let us go knowing that God goes with us, that He has given us the gifts we need in order to do it. And let us most importantly go with Christ as He guides us and strengthens us and prepares us for the way that is ahead. Let us do this in His name. Amen.